If you hear me!
What's happening, good people, and welcome back to another episode of Holler If You Hear Me Weekly. I am your humble host, Fraz, and joining me this week is the Kayfabe Assassin, Mr. Andi Nero. But we are without the third member of the Shield, the ring historian, Dirty Dave. He is on location somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean looking for an ancient artifact from the legendary Lucha Libre, Mr. Illy Jefferson. But don't worry, me and Eddie are going to bring you all the news from WWE this week. Plus, we've got From the Vault, our round the table discussion, and a new segment. Round the World with Andy. What's it called?
Andy's Indie Roundup. It's the song. Andy's Roundup. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. We've gone through this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Carry on.
All right. But ladies and gentlemen, after that, you know the drill. Hit the like button, smash the bell for notifications. And if you're not subscribed, please do so you don't miss a beat. Without further ado, Andy, let's get into it, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I've had a couple of days off this week. No kids, no wife. It's going well. Just plenty of incognito. Yeah, just lots of incognito, I'm afraid. Yeah. But no, it's good. It's good. Feeling refreshed. So, very good.
Apologies, I butchered your new show.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. You've buried the lead already. I'm feeling I'm feeling like Rusev. So buried.
What? I don't even know what got written here. It doesn't make sense. I don't even think I've written it down.
Andy's Indie Roundup.
Andy's trip around the Indies. That's what
then
I
we
was
changed
looking
it to Andy's Indie Roundup because we like
Andy's
the idea of
Indie
having a
Roundup.
song.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that whilst you're doing the segment. But anyways, let's get into the main talking points from WWE this week. SmackDown. Did you watch it?
I did indeed.
What did you think of the main segment or main promo? Cody and Cena.
I mean, yeah, Cody and Cena. Was it SmackDown when Cody came out with the old googlies on?
Yeah. With the glass faces, yeah.
Goggles on, fucking glass faces. He's also got his watch back, and he's doing some heelish things, shall we say? I think he also smashed him in the face with the title, didn't he? Or was that again last week? I might be getting my weeks mixed up, but I'm pretty sure at some point in the last 2 weeks he smashed Cena in the face with his title.
With the belt, yeah.
It
was good.
I'm enjoying this little wrinkle to Cody's routine. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. My notes were Cody comes out, same kind of angle as he's been doing every week, which is, I think he even referred to his tweet, didn't he? Like, don't flinch, and I want to apologise for that kind of shit. And then Cena comes out, who's legendary, as Dave will tell you, and basically says he can't turn up for SummerSlam because he's spent. Which I thought was quality. Weren't buying it for a second, knew it was a work, and then Cody beat the fuck out of him. His splash was incredible. It was like slow-mo splash, wasn't it? Trying to say that fast when you're stoned.
Slow-mo splash.
Yeah.
The thing I like most that a lot of people who don't pay attention to the IWC didn't pick up on, or don't obviously like reading Raja or anything like that, Cena's promo, his response as soon as he comes out, he's talking about how he's burnt out and everything, is almost, it's a veiled reference completely to Pat McAfee's response to why he's not there anymore. I'm just burnt out, I'm emotionally exhausted, and I'm travelling here and I'm travelling there. And it's like, dude, that's what the WWE is. Michael Cole's been doing it for 25 plus years, and he's never stopped, and he's the GOAT at it. Like, get with the program. You're supposed to be an NFL kicker. Okay, granted, you're used to sitting down a lot, but come on. But yeah, I thought Cena was cold, ruthless, and Cody was just beautiful acting.
Yeah, Cody's getting good. Match of the night, the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. Okay, I've changed my stance on Andrade and Rey Fénix. I don't mind if they win the titles. They're fucking incredible. They were so good. They were really good, and you could tell it was all about them as well. Fraxium and Nathan Frazier. Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Frazium, yeah.
Are still incredible as well. They were brilliant. All four tag teams were great, weren't they? Who else were in it? Motor City Machine Guns were even really
Yeah,
good. DIY, obviously,
DIY.
incredible.
Yeah, I
Just really good pace to the match. Sorry,
yeah.
mate.
No. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, I thought it was a really really good match. You've got, well, okay, so you've got three ridiculously high flying teams. I don't care what anyone says. MCMG, for all that they're doing wrong creatively with Motor City Machine Guns, from their music to their gear to their stupid little thing they do when they come out. I get that it's to do with Detroit, but no one cares.
Mm.
And it's like you've still got three really, plus DIY, who are absolute wrestling legends. You know, these guys can
Yeah.
wrestle. These guys can wrestle mannequins and make it a 3.5, 4-star match easy. When you put all these guys in the ring, you're gonna get magic. You're gonna get something memorable. Whether or not we're gonna get that out of the Wyatt Sicks remains to be seen. I don't know. I think that's a really odd blend of styles, and I don't know. I won't reserve judgment until I see the match. Let's put it that way.
I just want to go back to the Cody Cena thing. I completely forgot to mention. Stipulation's been added to the title match, street fight.
Yes, everyone's going to be wearing
Um,
jeans.
fucking amen to that. Um, there was also a couple of other segments on there where they announced some matches. Charlotte and Alexa are going to have a tag match against Roxy and Raquel. I don't
Hmm.
know I know you're not Charlotte's biggest fan at the moment, but I quite like what they're doing. She's getting really over with the crowd. It's the most over she's been in a long time.
Yeah, I think so. You can put it down to her character work. I think for me, Charlotte's character work for the last sort of like 3 years, when she's been coming back and they've sort of she's. I remember a couple of years ago she came back as a face, and everyone was like, "No, no, you're not a face. Stop trying to be a face." And it was just like, and it was the same when she came back with Tiffy Stratton at the beginning of the year
Mm.
and the Royal Rumble. Everyone's like, "No, we don't want you to be a face because your character as the Queen, doesn't suit the face dynamic." But she's showing a little bit of her humanity, and I think that charm that she's lost since she was in NXT. When she was in NXT, honestly, mate, she was smiling constantly. She was so lovely and she was so charming that you couldn't
Mm.
help but want to be a fanboy. And you're sort of seeing a little bit of that come back. And I think maybe because Alexa and her were really, really good friends during the NXT days, and I hope Alexa's bringing that out in her. She's allowing that to come forward. I am
Mm.
still expecting a heel turn from one of them, maybe at Rumble, maybe Mania, somewhere down the line. Alexa and Charlotte have both got horrendous records of maintaining relationships, both real and otherwise, as far as Charlotte's concerned. But yeah, I think that's going to be a good match, them and Raquel and Roxy, and obviously, hopefully, maybe it would be nice if we got something from everyone's favourite blonde at SummerSlam, even if she's in a sling. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll probably make an appearance, won't she? The only other match that was set up on SmackDown was the Jacob and Solo is now going to be a steel cage match.
Mm.
I think that's going to be good. The little segment, I think I might have messaged you and Dave when Jacob Fatu was like, "These punk ass police." I fucking love that. But yeah, it was good to see our predictions of JC Mateo being nothing and drifting off into obscurity is happening before our very eyes after being on the fucking show for 2 months.
Yep.
Getting beaten the shit out of with, is it Tamatonga who's come back?
So the
Talatonga.
tall one
No,
is Tonga
Talatonga
Tonga.
was with Solo on the outside
Yeah,
running. He didn't get beaten the shit out of, but
the one
I
in
think
the
it was
ring was Tonga Loa.
Tonga Loa, that's the
Yeah,
one. Tonga Loa and JC Mateo getting beaten the shit out by Jimmy and Jacob, which is okay. I mean, it just sets up the feud. I just want to see the match. I think it's going to be good.
yeah,
Solo's underrated in the ring. Think people forget how good he was when he was with Roman in the Bloodline. You know what I mean?
yeah. And his mic work. I mean, always go on about these guys when it comes to their mic work, and I am a big stickler for being good on the mic. To me, wrestling is probably about 60% mic, 40% in-ring work. Shown, we'll talk about her later, but the same with Lyra Valkyria. Don't think she's great on the mic, but I think she's okay in the ring, so she sort of gets a pass. But Solo's mic work recently has been so good. He did a little, what was he said? My mum always told me, once a criminal, always a criminal, and then did his little shuffle, and I fucking just laughed my head off. I was sitting there just giggling to myself like a schoolchild. So, really good. Really excited for that match. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting affair. We don't want to preempt our prediction show, but I still think Solo's walking out with the title somehow. But,
Do you?
I just haven't decided how yet. So.
Yeah, but how long do you long that out?
I don't know.
A conversation for another time, possibly.
Maybe. A round table, perhaps.
A round table, perhaps. Let's move on to Raw. I am low-key looking forward to this match more than any match over both nights that have been announced. Gunther and CM Punk. Punk's promo was good. It was solid. For him, I expected a little bit more, but I liked how he gave Gunther his flowers. Gunther comes out. I thought Gunther was quality.
Yeah,
got some real heat, didn't he?
Yeah, he was talking really we always I always talk about mic work, but we always shit on Gunther for not being that great on the mic. I thought he delivered a really, really good promo on Monday. Really put Punk in his place. Showed that he can hang with, let's be honest, one of the best guys on the stick in the world. I'm quietly excited for it. I do still think that everything regarding Mr. Money in the Bank is a bit of a work, and we still will not. I still don't think either of those two are walking out with a belt, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah. But it definitely is the kind of promo that builds up a feud, and I was already looking forward to seeing what those two do in the ring. But the fact they were in the ring this week, it was Battle of the Egos, and Gunther is just getting better and better. I am loving it. The only other main spot I thought was Roman returning. Once you've finished Talk with the Babes Online, or whatever it is, Babes Station.
Sorry, no, I'm just messaging that. Roman coming back is always obviously going to be one of the biggest things on any show. I love Roman. He's powerful. I am somewhat looking forward to it. I think it's a bit repetitive to have him keep coming back and bailing out members of the bloodline. And I am sort of... but I get it. It harkens back to that rivalry between Roman and Seth that's ongoing and has been for the best part of 15 years now, nearly. And it's just like, okay, keeping it going. Eventually, obviously, that'll be a blow-up of some kind. But maybe I would like to see a prolonged situation between Roman and Braun rather than Roman and Bronson or Jey and anyone. I want to see Roman and Braun tear it up for a couple of months. Like, getting wins off each other, beating the shit out of each other for a bit. I think that'd be really sick.
I think it just proved how big of a superstar Roman Reigns is.
Oh yeah.
Like, the fact that his music hit, I was on the edge of my seat, literally.
Yeah.
Getting my ones up. It's good to see him back. And even though he's super babyface, the most babyface fucking promo he's cut since Big Dog. I thought it was good. I like how he kept calling Braun Jr. I loved his tit for tat with Paul Heyman, this dumbass, the whole stuff about he brought him into the family, now we'll never trust him again, the kind of thing, like, you had nothing to do with me being me. It was all down to these people, the fans. Well, yeah, he gave flowers to the people, but then he did say, like, because the fans still acknowledge me, that's why I'm still the tribal chief, and that's why I'm the main event. What is it?
TC1.
TC1, which I think is gutter, but
yeah.
Just really excited to see what happens in that match. Bron Breakker is unreal. I loved that when he extended the arm, waiting for the mic. Slightly lacking in what he said, but that'll come.
He's a Steiner. I mean, let's be honest, neither of them are particularly great on the mic in history, but they have their moments of being absolute fire, and then sometimes they spout utter bollocks, a bit like us, really. But Bron to me is probably one of the highlights of Raw each week at the moment, from his in-ring work, especially obviously I wasn't here last week to talk to you guys about the gauntlet match. My God, the fucking gauntlet match was a work of art. I think, did one of you guys mention you'd never seen water be drunk in the ring before?
That was me, yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it showed, again, a humanity to the guy to say he's needing to take a break. He's needing this. It shows that that he's working so hard to get through these matches, and it just makes him look even better. Rather than just steamrolling these guys and being like, whatever. That takes the humanity away from him. Giving him those moments just gives it all back, and it's excellent character work, and he's just gold. He is absolute gold.
It is gold. I don't know if you caught it on the video last week, but I did say to Dave I was loving his trash talking in the ring as well.
Oh yeah.
When he was beating the shit out of Punk in the corner, and he looks at his watch and goes, "Is it clobbering time? I don't think so." He is just great. He is the future. I'm gonna announce to the world, I listened to his theme music about 12 times before I went to bed that night. That's how powerful the man is. And he does resemble me somewhat when I get rid of the greys. It's going to be an exciting match. I saw Paul Heyman, TMZ, collared him outside some hotel today and said, Roman's laid down the gauntlet. What are you going to do? And Paul Heyman says, night 1, night 2, you've picked your poison. This is what did he say? My name is Paul Heyman, and this is biblical bitches, and then just walks off. I mean, Heyman's the man. I touched on it last week, paying homage to you in terms of what you were saying about why are we not getting Paul on the mic more. Although Seth's gone and he's injured, and whether it's going to be for a long time or whether it'll be a couple of weeks, we get more Paul Heyman on the mic. He helps grow Bron, as Roman calls him. It's only going to be good things. Only going to be good things.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Bloodline storyline. How long was that? Was that a three-year run?
Yeah,
4-year run, something like that. How often was Roman there? How often was it Paul leading the way? Leading the charge on the mic, building the matches, building the feuds, building the tension within the family, quelling the tension within the family when it was Sammy and Jey, and all that other crap was going on. Roman wasn't there that often. He'd turn up sort of once or twice a month, but when he wasn't there, it was Paul who was doing the work, putting in the hours, putting in the mic work, and it goes to show that even now, without Seth there, he's still going to be worth his weight in gold, as it were. So.
Yeah, of course. Specifically the last 12 months of that Bloodline story.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the abomination that happened in the number one contenders match for the tag titles. Then LWO fucking won. I mean, I literally only knew these guys existed again because they were in some sort of program with Ray, weren't they, when he was feuding with the leader of Los Garza, so I can't remember what his name is now.
Santos Escobar.
Yeah, Santos Escobar. But the last time I checked, or the last time I saw them, was when I played WWE 2K25. They've just come into this match and they've won it, and now they're number one contenders, and they're going to fight the Judgment Day. That surely can't be at SummerSlam.
Where are the Viking Raiders?
Where
the
are
War
the
Raiders?
Viking? Who cares?
Are they called the Viking Raiders, or are they called? I think they're called the War Raiders now, aren't they?
The War Raiders, yeah.
I don't particularly. I'm not missing them.
You're not their biggest fan, no.
Not their biggest fan. I was when they were in New Japan, but not since then. And a little bit in NXT, but yeah, I'm not missing them. But there are other teams on Raw. I mean, we lost a team this week as well with A-Town Down Under being split up off screen, which is just it. I'll touch on that later. But yeah, I will posit a crazy conspiracy theory. There's been a lot of blowback recently from AAA fans about Hio del Vikingo, God, his name is hard to say, being the mega champion, and them taking the belt off of Alberto Del Berto, because obviously his relationship with WWE is in the gutter, and he's not going to be coming back to WWE anytime soon. So there's blowback from the fans of AAA that are saying you shouldn't have taken the belt off Alberto, you shouldn't have given it to Vikingo because he's not our champion. Now I'm wondering whether Hunter is now booking, because obviously don't forget you've also got Penta and Fénix and Andrade on SmackDown, and now you've got another Latino team on Raw as the number one contenders. Is it like, okay, well, we'll try and sweeten the deal a bit and try and appease those fans of AAA and our Latin fans by making these guys legitimate again and giving them a push and giving them their time in the light? Maybe, I'm just saying, possible. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Where the hell have they come from? They've been nowhere for the best part of 2 years. And the LWO, since it came back, since it was a thing, has done fucking nothing. Like, Ray has done the odd bit here and there, but they had Zelina, she was doing nothing, she split. Ray's injured. It's just like, what the fuck are they even there for? They seem like bigger losers now than they were when they were in WCW.
When they were in WCW. And they don't look like tag team champions, unfortunately, in my opinion. And we'll go back to points we've made in past videos. What's happened to the rematch clause?
Yeah.
You know, New Day lost the titles, right? They haven't had a rematch since they lost it. So, you know, if you're looking at SummerSlam and you're looking at 2 nights and you're trying to fill the card up, like, if you're going to do some kind of number one contender match, why not fuck it off for a few weeks? Have, like, people interrupt each other. So, say LWO fight the Creed brothers and New Day get involved, or New Day are trying to get a rematch against Judgment Day, so they have a match against the Creed brothers and LWO come out. You build it up and have 2 fatal 4-way TLC matches. You know, Jesus, have one on night 1 and one on night 2. Surely that's the path they have to be going down on SmackDown. But there's no reason why they can't do that on Raw as well. But I feel we've probably discussed the tag team division too much on Raw, because just like them, we're not going to give it the time. Why don't we talk about Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer? A beautiful match, in my opinion. And those of you that have been with us from the beginning will know that women's wrestling's not always been my cup of tea. I like hurly-burly men, ladies and gentlemen.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
And I enjoyed this match, and I am enjoying each match that both Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer are in. Technically, it was a sight to behold. And she is gold, Io Sky.
Yeah, I'm more and more enjoying her. I've always enjoyed her work. I've always enjoyed her in-ring work. I find her character a little bit odd. I struggle with the character side of things.
Agreed.
But you can't, you know, she's so good in the ring. She's so smooth in the ring. And I've watched some old Stardom stuff recently from her. And she's never been bad. It seems like she came in as a youngster being excellent. She just always got it, and there was no sort of like period where she had to adjust or learn. But yeah, she's gold. I think obviously during that whole segment, the shining light amongst the segment was the women's world champion, of course, Naomi, again doing her best, doing her bit. I'm loving Naomi at the minute. She's so good. But yeah.
What did you think about the backstage segment when she was speaking to Stephanie Vaquer and she said her name wrong and she was like, whatever your fucking name is.
Yeah.
And then she did that thing last week, which I knew you'd love, when she said, whatever you just said to Io Sky.
Io goes off on one in Japanese and she's just like, I didn't get a word of what you said.
Bitches! I keep saying to the guys, like, literally, Naomi is ready to drop bombs on the mic. You can just tell she wants to swear hard. But yeah, I'm digging the character. I've already pled my case about how amazing she is this year. And hopefully she reigns supreme at SummerSlam, but we'll get into that at the prediction show. Only other thing was the tag match with Bailey and Lyra and Raquel and Roxy. Kind of seemed a bit pointless.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I don't think I did. I
So
saw
Becky and
Laura
feud.
Face to face. I didn't think Bailey and Lyra were going to be teaming up again. I don't see why they need to be. Like, they've already established that Lyra's got the dub and she's clear of Bailey for now. Roxy and Raquel, I don't know why they're involved in any of it. It just seems very, very odd. But I mean, I'm down for Lyra and Becky again, and obviously their stipulation, which is basically a street fight, hopefully more jeans. But yeah, again, I didn't think Lyra was actually all that bad on the mic this week. I will give her a spot. And yeah, I thought she was actually pretty decent on the mic for a change. But yeah.
Actually, you've just dropped that in there. I'm going to mention Sheamus and a certain incident on the top rope in his match against Rusev where he nearly fell off. In fact, he did sort of jump off the ropes, then I think it was like a flying clothesline off the top to the outside on Rusev. And then when he got up, he was like... So, but with the outcome of that match, I think we're going to have another SummerSlam match, or maybe it'll be a pre-show. I don't know why they just don't put it on the main show. It hasn't been officially said yet, but that'll be the rubber match for them too. Some sort of stipulation. Another no-holds-barred maybe, or street fight.
Yeah. Do you know what? I would be more happy. In fact, I will go out on a limb and say I will be really, really happy if they fight to a draw. Because Sheamus is winding down. He's getting towards the end of his career. You only have to watch Kilted workouts to see that he's huffing and puffing. He's blowing a gasket every time he's doing a workout. And I love Sheamus, and I love Rusev. They could be the Bar 2.0, and I would love to see them dominate the tag division. Because you've got all these tiny people in the tag division. Let's get, like you say, let's get some hurdy-burdy motherfuckers, and let's get some big boys on the belts. Because Sheamus and Rusev as tag team champions would be amazing. I mean, the Bar were excellent, and Sheamus on the mic with Rusev as his as partner would be really, really cool, and hard hitting, and like, you know, be like the APA back in the day.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I think that ends the news drop for this week. But I am going to hand it over to you. I mean, you can't fill his shoes, but you're going to try. It's from the vault with the Kayfabe Assassin, Mr. Andi Nero.
So, yes, we're going to do from the vault in honour and as a tribute to our absent brethren, Dirty Dave. I'm going to kick it off with Today in History. Right. Well, this week in history, on July 22nd, 2001, WWE, or WWF at the time, put on the single highest, the most watched non-WrestleMania pay-per-view they've ever done. And that was The Invasion, was on the July 22nd, 2001. WWF versus WCW clashed in a chaotic 10-man tag team match, dubbed the Inaugural Brawl, even though they'd been brawling for about 5 or 6 weeks prior to that. And the night's biggest shock, of course, came from Stone Cold Steve Austin, who'd recently turned face again, recently being the SmackDown before it, where he turned again and shocked the world by siding with Paul Heyman, Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon to join the WCW-ECW Alliance as their champion. 775,000 fans tuned in. That's, like I said, that's their highest grossing non-WrestleMania event to date. 24 years ago. Everything that's happened since then has never come close, except Mania, which I think is still incredible. Also, this week in history, July 22nd, 1994, Vince McMahon acquitted in the steroid scandal saga. Big trial, obviously, at the time, saw a lot of shake-up within the WWF. Hulk Hogan, basically giving testimony against Vince and people going back and forth about who's doing this and who's doing what and how Vince is involved, and just crazy time in the media and in the wrestling industry. And yeah, it sort of gave the acquittal itself, gave WWF that shot of lifeblood that it needed to resume its status as number one and carry on from there. On July 22nd, 1996, we saw a Shawn Michaels and Ahmed Johnson challenge. The Guns. Billy and Bart Gunn, they challenged the Smoking Guns to a tag team championship match on Raw.
Hold on. No. Before you continue. So what, Shawn Michaels and Ahmed Johnson teamed up together to challenge the greatest tag team of all time?
Correct, yes.
Wow. I thought you were going to say that Shawn Michaels fought Ahmed Johnson.
No, they were a team. They were a team. This was, I believe, in the lead up to the SummerSlam where Shawn faced Vader and stomped him on the head. Yeah, so basically it was a case of, Shawn and Ahmed needed something to do, and that was that. But on that night, one Ron Simmons as Farouk Assad debuted, managed by Sonny, no less, in a very, very peculiar-looking gladiator-style gear, attacked Ahmed Johnson, beat him half to death, and sidelined him with a legitimate kidney injury, which some say Ahmed never recovered from. A moment of mayhem on a milestone day for one of wrestling's all-time greats, and I presume they're talking about Billy Gunn there.
Or Ahmed Johnson.
Or Ahmed Johnson. I'm going to take this moment because it does lead off from Shawn Michaels. I'm going to call this the birthday roll call. July 22nd, Shawn Michaels, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania himself, turned 60. It was his birthday on July 22nd. This week,
that's the same as Luca's.
Luca and Shawn Michaels share the same birthday. There you go. God. Do you know, today we're filming this on the 23rd of July. Whose birthday, if you had a wild guess, whose birthday in wrestling do you think it is today? Wild guess, any name.
Man or woman?
Male. Tag team wrestler, one of your favourites.
Tag team wrestler, one of my favourites. Billy Gunn?
No.
Okay, black or white?
White.
They've been a tag team champion?
Yes.
They have?
Yes. Not on the main
roster. Are they known as... is it Nathan Frazier?
It's Nathan Fraser, yes.
Yeah, get in there.
Nathan Fraser's birthday today as we speak. Happy birthday, Nathan Fraser. True
fan for the Fraser. Go on, son.
So, July 24th, tomorrow, we've got a triple threat of talents whose birthday is. It's Angelo Dawkins of Street Profits, Tori Wilson, and one for our New Japan fans, Zack Sabre Jr. On July the 25th, we have one Finn Balor, the prince of both Bullet Club and Judgment Day. July 26th, Roderick Strong, Tessa Blanchard, and Marty Scurll, one for the Indian AEW team. And July 27th, a big one, AEW's Cowboy King and the new world champion, Hangman Adam Page. And just some silly twat who's been around for a while. He's not that important, but it's Paul Levesque. His birthday is on July 27th. That's right. Triple H's birthday is this week. July 28th, the end of the week, Cain Velasquez, Nick, the younger of the Young Bucks Jackson, and Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. All of those guys have their birthdays this week in wrestling. On July 23rd, 1984, there was the Brawl to End It All, which was Wendy Richter facing Fabulous Moolah, accompanied by Cyndi Lauper for the WWF Women's Championship live and in living colour on MTV. The match drew over 10 million viewers and helped launch the rock and wrestling era. One for us old school fans of the Attitude Era, Fully Loaded, 2000, July 23rd, one of my favourite cards of all time. Dallas, Texas hosted a Rock versus Chris Benoit accompanied by Shane McMahon main event, which was gold. This was billed as a triple main event with Kurt Angle facing The Undertaker and the last man standing match, the blow off to the feud, which then lasted a good number of years afterwards between Chris Jericho and Triple H. Excellent card. if you've got Netflix, which I presume everyone has, go and find Fully Loaded 2000. It's excellent viewing. As long as you can deal with Benoit being on your screen, it's so good. You've also got things like TNA, Test and Albert versus the Hardys. You've got Val Venus versus Rikishi in a cage match where Rikishi does a ridiculous leap off the top of the cage. It's crazy. And then somehow, I won't blow it, but yeah, he doesn't win. But yeah, go and watch Fully Loaded 2000s. It's really, really good. July 26th, 1986, Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he wins his last NWA World title from one Nature Boy Ric Flair in Greensboro, North Carolina, with his final NWA World title in a bloody, passionate and soaked, very sweaty, crowded show. In a steel cage. Moist, dripping. I will just mention, obviously, because this isn't just a show about WWE, it's also about all wrestling. This week in wrestling, in 2021, we had AEW's Fight for the Fallen, which you might think, oh, what's that fucking thing, right? No, it was an annual charity event that AEW host, which is for the victims of, I believe, domestic violence. Chris Jericho went hardcore against one Nick Gage. Now, if you don't know who Nick Gage is, this guy is mental, and he's excellent to watch. He's not very technical, but he's a lot of fun to watch, and he also likes a few Pabst beers. That was an excellent match. It was really bloody. Lance Archer defended the IWGP US title, and the Elite and Dark Order closed out the night in a massive 10-man tag match. And now, for those of us who have caught the very, very first episode, you will have noticed that there is a certain person who does this.
Oh.
At the start of one of our shows.
Das Wunderkid.
1997, on July 28th, on WCW Nitro, Germany's own Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright, stunned the Lionheart Chris Jericho to win the Cruiserweight Championship, and it marked the beginning of his best singles run and his transformation into the arrogant Berlin character. There you go. So that's from the vault. Dave, I hope I did you proud. There's some absolute gold in there. And, yeah, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Well, I do believe that was a good attempt. However, there was no mention
of Bret Hart, I know.
Of Bret Hart. So, in honour of our missing brethren, I have a Bret Hart fact. On this day in 2012, the legend, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart, returned to a major spot serving as a guest ring announcer for the Intercontinental Championship match between Christian and The Miz at Raw's 1000th episode.
Raw 1000, okay.
Yeah. Also says here, he also booked a steel cage match clause for Christian, followed by putting him in the sharpshooter in a dark street fight that night.
Oh, dark match after the show. Oh, okay. Interesting.
So there you have it, Dave. Although you're not here, I know you're here in spirit, and Bret Hart is as well. Up the hip,
we still get your Bret Hart fixing.
Still get your Bret fixing. So we'll move on to roundtable discussion. This week we touched on it. You did, actually. Does SummerSlam pull the trigger on the very rare double turn? Cody turning heel and Cena turning face. And will The Rock make an appearance? Mr. Godwin, you have the floor.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's possible. I think there's certainly a possibility, there's a chance we might see something legendary, something groundbreaking like that. Something we very, very rarely see. Is it too early to pull the trigger on Cody turning heel? I think you can build to it a bit more. I still, I'm not even convinced he walks out with the belt, if I'm being honest with you. I still think Cena retains it for a little while longer. Yeah, I think maybe kick the can down the road a little bit. I would love to see it. I really would love to see it because I'm bored as bored can be of Cody being a face, but I'm not ready to see Cena go face yet. Not just yet. As for The Rock, no, I don't think Rock's going to show up for a long time. I don't see why. Nah.
You don't think, even you alluded to yourself with the glasses and the watch and hitting the belt, you don't think maybe it could be all leading to a bit of a payback to the fans as they were so disappointed at WrestleMania that he didn't show up and the story kind of died a death? It's all, if you look at the clues or the breadcrumbs, they are all leading towards The Rock coming out and Cody selling his soul. And if you look at it logically as well, I mean, people are sick and tired of having Cody shoved down their throats. You know, super babyface. What better injection of life would you need to give Cody Rhodes than turn him heel and align himself with The Rock and actually do something? And you know that Cody would mention it as well. The Rock doesn't even need to be relevant in TV. He could turn up at the Rumble or before WrestleMania next year. Cody could refer to it as, I've sold my soul, I answer to The Rock, I've been on the phone to him this week, and it could play out like that. I do know what you mean in terms of the build to it, but we are seeing signs of him turning. As for Cena turning back to face, I don't think you necessarily need to have Cody turn heel and Cena turn face. Cena could still be a heel and try and get his own back and then realise perhaps his ways are not working now and he returns back to the light. But I would not be surprised to see The Rock and to see Cena turn face. I mean, the most likely thing that happens is Cody does turn heel.
Yeah. So, thinking about it when you're talking logically, I think Cody can turn heel and keep Cena heel as well, because there is something else to think about. There is only one belt left that John Cena has never held, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. He's never won it. Now, coming up at SummerSlam, I believe, there is a match for the Intercontinental Championship between one Dominic Mysterio, who, let's be honest, has not done a whole lot with that belt, though we do love Dirty Dom, and AJ Styles. And I think, given everything we've seen so far, an AJ Styles face John Cena heel feud over the IC title, that Cena can win, and in that match, turn face again, like be sort of almost cleansed of everything, you know, get that back that he wants, you know, like get over the fact that he's not won the IC title, make that the big story beat of the feud, and that winning it might just purify him in terms of him being a heel, his interactions with AJ, and their matches in the past have been absolutely amazing. So I wouldn't expect a Cena face turn just yet. Hopefully to see that match first, that build first. But Cody turning heel, I just want to see Homelander Cody.
Yeah, 100%. But you did make a good point though about Cody maybe not winning the title, especially if the rumours are true and he's going to have some time off for the Street Fighter movie. It would make sense, wouldn't it? Because if he's the champ, he's got to appear on shows, hasn't he?
Is he playing Guile?
He's playing Guile and Roman Reigns is playing Akuma.
And Jason Momoa is playing Blanca, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to feature that heavily then. Because you think Jason Momoa as Blanca, that's a bigger name within the industry to be a character like Blanca. That would be a weird thing to be like, okay, we're going to rely on two guys that have got very, very limited wrestling, very limited acting chops, and take a guy who's an established actor and put him in as a backup character. Like, I don't think they would need to take very long off to do the Street Fighter movie, to do their scenes. I don't think they're going to be featured very highly in that film. Let's put it that way.
But I think they're saying 2 months.
Is it really?
Yeah, so if it's 2 months, 2 months is a long time to not have your flagship champion on TV.
Maybe we see an AJ Styles title win this year then. It's been a while. Be nice to give him one last run as well. Like, have Cena beat Cody, send Cody off for a couple of months, have AJ and Cena feud over the IC title, do it as a title for title deal, where Cena's just like, I just want to get my win back from Royal Rumble 2016 because I never lived that down, and I want my I want my IC title reign to complete the set. And AJ's like, okay, fine, but if you win, I get my rematch, and I want all the belts. And then you can have like them fight later down the line at Survivor Series or something for both belts, and then Cena can fuck off into the distance.
So what you're saying? Cena beats Cody at SummerSlam.
Cena, again, we've got prediction shows to do. I think Cena might beat Cody at SummerSlam, or it gets a fudged finish, where Cody gets frustrated at the fact that he can't get it done, and then just beats the snot out of Cena, and was like, fuck all the armor, I'm out, I'm done.
How about this for a hot take? Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. Cena loses to Cody. Cody takes the title, comes out on Raw or SmackDown and says, I'm taking the title and I'm pissing off to Hollywood with The Rock because I'm going to film Street Fighter. And then doesn't show for 2 months. That'd give you some... Imagine the episode that he comes back. Imagine how much hate he'd get.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. I like it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
Well, unless you've... I will go... I know we're kind of like segueing away from pop or drop, but my pop this week was Ludwig Kaiser. El Grande Americano. Backstage segment with Dragon Lee. I actually shout out to Santi Sap. I follow him. He's an amazing guy who obviously loves wrestling as much as we do, but he translated what Ludwig Kaiser was saying in Spanish because he's Colombian, and it was funny as fook.
Oh, really?
I'll send you the link. Yeah, real good. But Kaiser's quality. Kaiser is quality.
A pop from me this week. I think Cody forcing Cena to... Well, actually, no, Cena's reference to Pat McAfee being a delicate little flower, indirectly, is probably my pop of the week. I think, like I said at the start of the show, I enjoyed Pat McAfee's work on the booth, but I'm not going to miss him. If he don't want to turn up for work, then see you bye.
Well, you like Corey, don't you?
I am a big fan of Corey Graves, so I've got no hate for Corey Graves. I think he's excellent on the booth, so...
My drop for the whole year will be LWO winning that match.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that's a weird choice. Especially seeing as Xavier Woods at the moment with his little pants. I mean, this is going to sound pretty gay, but Xavier Wood in the pants at the moment is working. I think the guy looks $1 million, and I still think Xavier Woods deserves a singles run. I think he's awesome on the mic, he's good in the ring, and he deserves an IC title reign at the very least as a singles.
Oh, another pop. Xavier Woods throwing the fans' phone on the floor as they go into the ring. And a drop would be the Austin Theory and Grayson Waller split that you sort of touched on earlier. That is a travesty. Apparently, Austin Theory's injured. That's what he said, but I don't know how true that is, whether it's work or not.
I was going to bring this up earlier, and I sort of mentioned, and I was alluding to it, that I wanted to talk about it. I think Hunter is struggling. This is a bit of a hot take. I think Hunter is struggling with this long-term booking situation. He's long-term booking to the nth degree. Like, he started this split between A-Town Down Under over a year ago. He started the dissension over a year ago and never pulled the trigger. And now, wet fart. It's gone out like
It's like he's forgotten about it.
He forgot about it. He got distracted by other toys and just completely forgot about it. And the same with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross was getting over for such a long time. He's still getting over. His thing with Sammy at the moment is doing okay. But there was a time couple of years ago where Carrion was doing really, really good work as part of the Final Testament, and they just did nothing with them.
Nothing
You
with
look
it,
at
yeah.
you look at what they did with the Wyatt Sicks at the beginning of the year. Did nothing with them. They had that huge comeback and then nothing. And it's just like, dude, your long-term booking is too long now. You've got to pay off these feuds quicker because you run the risk of having a Seth,
People losing interest.
losing interest, getting injured, or a combination of both. And it's just like, if you're not going to do it, you're going to end up with wet farts like A-Town Down Under.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want more hot takes and controversial opinions such as the one that Andy has just given you, please tune in to our hot takes. It's a new show where we pick a load of random stuff from Reddit and we shoot the breeze, chop it up. I don't know what the term is in America, but yeah, we'll be talking about it and it'll be lovely. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And speaking of lovely, Dirty Dave, I hope you're enjoying your lovely holiday with your lovely family. We miss you. We can't wait to have you back next week. But for those that have joined us for this video, thank you very much for your continued support. Please hit that like button. Please share it. Please subscribe. Analytics are not looking good right now. Yeah, there's no way Andy's going to be rich and famous if you don't like, share, and subscribe. So with that, adios amigos.
Sayonara.
Muchos amore. Evolution is a mystery.